Long time no see. It has been so long since I've even filmed, but mostly uploaded anything on this channel. I haven't really uploaded on my TikTok as well. Social media has been kind of a hard place to feel like I can post just regular content on that, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But to be clear, the things that I stand for, I do not stand for genocide and ethnic cleansing. The Palestinians need our help, and the US is only promoting everything that's going on and the killings of these people, these human beings. Nobody likes that big orange guy. Never liked him, never will. We're mourning the wrong deaths. We're mourning the deaths of people that literally had such a bad public presence and they were never a good person, and the fact that we're mourning them literally makes no sense. I am not celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, nor am I grieving it. So let that be clear. Yeah, just to get all that cleared out, because I wouldn't feel comfortable filming a video like everything's fine without stating that or addressing it at all. So yes, that is what I wanted to talk about at this beginning part of the video. Educate yourself. If you think politics is something that you're not interested, it's because you have the privilege and the luxury to turn and look away. While people are literally dying, being bombed, being deported, and people are disappearing because the big orange man wants them to, because he is racist. On top of many other things, but so yeah, just remember that a lot of people can't just turn away when it gets too hard to watch. And the fact that we are able to do that and are able to go about our daily lives without this directly affecting us is such a privilege, and I think we really need to check ourselves in this time. So I implore you to do that. So moving on to the different parts of this video, this is going to be a little let's get vulnerable and kind of like a yap session video. So the last video I uploaded was a vlog from when I was going through a breakup, and that was filmed in May, like the beginning of May, when the breakup happened. And I have so much that I've learned and that I've realized and that I've gone through just in that short amount of time. And I feel like a happier person. I actually did film a get ready with me where I was talking more about the breakup and kind of how I was feeling, but I never posted that because I was freaking wearing a shirt that was like really low cut and it was just too much to edit to try and cover that up, so I just didn't upload it. But it was really interesting to watch back, coming from a place where I completely feel like I changed in my opinions on how I view the relationship and the fallout of it now, after talking about it a lot, after just processing and just sitting with myself and kind of finding myself again. Because I swore to myself that I wasn't gonna lose myself in a relationship, but that unfortunately did end up happening. Maybe not in the way that I was expecting and that I had been before, but in a way that I feel like I didn't really have a sense of self, and I feel like I couldn't because I had to take care of this other person and put their needs and well-being before my own. So yeah, in the relationship, I became really boring. This was about a 2-year long relationship, and I constantly felt this pressure to be the mature one, to lead the difficult conversations, and even just conversations about opening up about how we're feeling about certain things, whether it's a disagreement or whether it's something remotely important. This person just could not do that, and I feel like without all my efforts to keep the relationship kind of afloat emotionally wise, it would not have lasted as long as it did. So with that, after, coming out of the relationship, I feel so much lighter. I feel like I can actually think clearly and not have to think about someone else's emotions when it comes to certain things in my life. And it came to a point where it was like an everyday anxiety because, this person was part of my life for 2 years, every day. So it became really hard. So coming out of it, I feel so free and I'm really enjoying life. And I never realized how much of a stressor that was to me in the moment, because I really wanted to make it work, and it wasn't completely clear to me until the last kind of few months of the relationship, maybe a little bit even before that. I don't know whether I talked about what happened or what prompted the breakup, but what I must have explained is probably different from what I'm gonna say now. I probably told it as like this person had a lot of work to do, a lot of inner healing to do, which all that still stays true. And it wasn't fair for him or me for us to stay in that relationship when nobody was growing. I felt like, yeah, I didn't really change that much as a person. I did grow a lot in terms of maturity and emotional maturity and being more self-aware, which I already am. So like learning all of these different things in a relationship was actually crazy. But the way I would explain this past relationship breakup would be that, yes, this person was not all bad and objectively treated me right, and that it was not all that bad. But that should not be the norm for a relationship. It shouldn't be, well, it's not that bad. Or it's like, it's the effort that counts. No, you have a right to be happy, completely happy in your relationship without feeling like there's these aspects that like sort of mean something to you, but they're like, no, it's, it's little things, but those little things add up, girl. And this person just lacked the depth that made it really hard to understand them and love them even more. Yeah, just realizing more of like the uglier parts that I didn't really want to see completely, like the way they would change and act in times of disagreements or when they would feel hurt or offended. And that happened a lot, and I would constantly have to push away my feelings aside because I knew I could self-regulate and self-soothe, but I knew that this person couldn't. So I would constantly feel like I had to push aside my hurt and worry for later and then, focus on them, which became a very quick and unhealthy cycle. And yeah, I constantly had to be the one to comfort, even if I was the one who was hurt in that conversation or argument or whatever the situation was. And I think that just sums up the kind of person that I still am, but the person that I was in that relationship, because I've learned a lot through those hard times of what I need and what I want and what I deserve in a relationship moving forward. And I told this person things in confidence, things that I would never tell any other people, and they weaponized it in certain situations and used it as an excuse or just a way to use my experience as a weapon of some sort. Yeah, it was a breach of privacy, let's just say that. They were telling people things that I did not want them to know, and I felt mortified and completely violated all over again. So that was what happened in that relationship. And not saying it was all bad. Obviously, there were good moments, but those bad moments were really, really hard. And a relationship should not be that difficult. And I was crying every time I talked to anybody about it. I would cry because it was just so hard. So coming out of that, I feel so much lighter. I feel like more like me. I feel like I have more time to rekindle these friendships and other relationships that I kind of let it fall through during the relationship that I was in, because I was just so emotionally depleted and I had nothing left in me. I became such a boring person. I lost all the spark in me, the drive to create and be creative and to love and to just express myself in so many different ways. And it was just a lot. So now I feel really, really happy overall. I feel very, very happy. I am starting school soon. Fall quarter is coming up. And I am studying psychology. And it's my second quarter. All these classes for this quarter are online because I am also going to start working. It's going to be my first ever job. But I'm going to be working retail. So we'll see how that goes. But it's definitely not a permanent thing. It's just something to, get some money going. Big changes. There's a lot of big changes. And as much as it makes me anxious because I'm like, wow, the sudden change and like, the feelings of, will I even be able to do all this? Can I pull it off? Will I disappoint people? Will I let the people that I'm working for down? But all of that aside, I am very excited and I'm proud of myself for getting to a point where I am feeling stable enough and safe enough mentally and physically to work and to study. I love anything psychology. What else have I been up to? In these months, after that relationship and from the time that I've been away from YouTube and TikTok, I've just been hanging out. I don't really leave the house that often, but it's usually because I don't really want to. But I will go hang out with my friend and go to the library sometimes and we'll study. And, just very mundane things like that and very casual things. I'm not really going out for a night out or whatever. I don't really live in an area that the nightlife is really bumping like that. So I prefer, and I just prefer to stay home. So I've just been playing a lot of games. I learned how to type properly because before I was really only typing with my pointer finger and my middle finger. So that was really hard. And I'm writing a book, so that made it real slow. So I learned how to type properly and it's really fun. I've been reading, not as much as I wanted to, or I wish I would have, but I am reading. So actually got more into like the cozy, no stakes vibes of these kind of books, and there's a lot on Kindle Unlimited, so I've been having a field day. I've been writing a little bit here and there. I've made some pretty big, not progress word count wise, but it's just like what the story is gonna be and what the world is like. I have yet to translate that onto the paper and onto the manuscript, but time will come. I'm brainstorming, I'm writing here and there, and I'm really liking it. Obviously, I'm gonna hit the walls here and there, but I'm really liking it. I've been spending so much time with my sister and my mom. Family time really means a lot to me, and especially in really hard times like this, I think it's very vital. So I'm really grateful to be able to spend so much time with them and just constantly building up those relationships. I've rekindled with family friends that I haven't spoken to a while, and I rekindled with my best friend that I had a long time ago because she's been away at school, so that was really nice. And I've just been experiencing so much love. Yeah, I truly do really love my life right now, despite all the darkness and literally the craziness, and for it to feel almost not real with everything that's going on. But I'm very grateful that I've been able to ground myself and really just appreciate everything that I have in my life and to push harder and achieve all the things that I want to achieve. And I've been playing a little bit of the Switch. I've downloaded a couple games. I finally got Strange Horticulture? I don't know, but it's the plant game where you have to kind of like identify the plants, and they're low-key like magical, mystical, witchy vibes. And another game called Ravenous Devils, which I've been really enjoying. It's a really dark game, but it's cozy in the way that you're taking care of these shops. Like it's a tailor shop and then a pub and then some crazy business going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it's a really fun game with a really dark twist. If you're interested, you can go look at those games. But yeah, I've been playing those games aside from the usual games that I play. Like, I've been getting back into League. I used to play League of Legends a long time ago, but hopping back into it has been kind of fun and silly. I'm able to just actually have fun while I play. And then I still play Valorant. I've been rekindling my relationship with that game because I faced a lot of anxiety when I played that game and a lot of fear because my ex actually made it really hard for me to feel like I could play that game and just not feel bad for being bad at the game or not as good as them. So I've been really trying to work on just playing for fun and not caring what anybody else thinks. So that's been going. I started playing Elden Ring a little bit with my friend. It's been really, really fun. And I'm looking forward to the next time we play because we beat 2 bosses in 1 day. That doesn't mean that I didn't crash out a lot of times, but we got it done. Girls get it done. I have been trying a new creamer. I'll show you what it is, but it's a peppermint mocha. It's real good. Also, I just want to say, this is the first time since I've gotten ready in a long time. It's been months. That's another thing that I noticed in the relationship. I stopped taking care of myself, and I stopped taking the time to make myself feel good. Whether it's the tiny things, like keeping up with like my skincare routine, that was falling through a lot because I was just so tired. I stopped taking pictures of myself. Really, really sad because I used to take pictures and selfies a lot because I felt confident, but I realize now I actually lost a lot of confidence. Other than that, I've just been hanging out and taking the days slow and as they come and doing some puzzles here and there. I've been trying to study plants here and there as well, but that'll progress more once I've actually gone outside and able to explore some more nature. It's always hard thinking of stuff like on the spot, but just know that a lot has happened, lots of good things, and I'm very happy to be living my life the way I am right now. I'm grateful for everything that I have and everybody that I do have, and I want to start doing more content, but the thing is, vlogs are hard for me to keep up with and to follow through with. Like, vlogging and filming the footage is fine in some aspects. Like, I'm fine just, talking to the camera, taking you throughout my day, even though sometimes I will forget, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to look at myself, or like I don't want to set up a background that looks nice to look at, because I don't know, I feel like that is really important when it comes to vlogs. But yeah, editing them, because it's so much footage to keep track of, it just feels more tedious than doing these sit down videos, because it's just one piece of footage and it's usually topics that I like talking about, and I'm a yapper, so I can yap. Sometimes I just lose ideas. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what people want to hear, but I'm trying to stay in the space that I'm like fun for me to make this kind of content. So I think I'm gonna stick to these like sit down videos. If you have any suggestions of what I should talk about, let me know. And I can talk about anything, literally. I think I've been trying to explore more and expand more on showing more aspects of my life. Maybe I'll bring back like vlogs once I start going to school and start working, but that really depends on how my workload's looking like. Hopefully I don't crash out, and hopefully I don't fall into a deep depression, because I can get real overwhelmed real easy. It don't get pretty. Yeah, I can talk more about books, the recent reads I've been reading. Maybe I'll do that next. It's hard for me to get up and want to get ready and sit in front of the camera and film. The filming part, fine, but like getting ready, girl, I'll wake up and be like, yeah, you know what, it's fine, I'm down. And then I start getting ready and I'm like, I don't really want to do my makeup, I don't really want to do my hair, I don't want to really get out of my pajamas, and then I don't film. But I made it today. That's a good thing. I'm looking forward to uploading this video, and yeah, just putting myself back out there, even if nobody's watching. It's just fun to talk about and to give myself space where I can talk about literally anything, because people that I know in real life don't know what this channel is called. So I can talk about anything. Not that I would say anything that they don't know. Oh, quickly, movies of the year so far. As of September, forgot the date. As of September, right now, top movies of the year are only two. First one, actually, I don't know. They're both very, very good for very different reasons. So, one is Ballerina. Watched that movie without watching the John Wick movies. And then I immediately went home and I watched all the John Wick movies in 4 or 5 days. It was literally one movie every day, so that was really fun. And then I rewatched Ballerina, and then I bought it on Amazon because I love that movie. I will rewatch it forever, literally. Every moment of it, love it. And then the other movie is Sinners. For obvious reasons. Hello. Coca-Cola. Hello. It was just, wow. There's just so much to think about when you think back to that movie. There's just so many moments that are amazing. Yeah, I need to rewatch that, but I don't know if I can bring myself to do that because it hurts. It hurts. Even thinking about it real hurts. So yeah, those are my top movies so far. I haven't really watched that many movies in general, but yes, I'm really excited. And I'm actually gonna I forgot. I'm gonna watch The Last Conjuring today. Oh my god. I don't know, something about the trailer just made it seem more sinister and more demonic, girl. So we're gonna be watching that in the theater. So wish me luck, because I might faint. I'm gonna struggle to pee at night because I'm gonna be scared to leave my room. So hopefully that goes well. I've still yet to watch Weapons, but I'm still kind of iffy on that because I've been hearing mixed reviews. People that think it's really, really good, and then people that are like, it's alright. So we'll just see where I land on that when I do watch it, because me and my family, we really do want to watch it. Many things to look forward to for me. I hope that I can continue making content. I feel like I say that every video that I make, but you know what, life be throwing curveballs, so we'll see. I don't want to put pressure on myself or anything, but I think this video is long enough. Thank you for sitting with me and talking and chatting and listening. I'm always down in the comments if you would like to chat. And any suggestions about new videos I could film or topics I could talk about, I'm always down. I hope that I can provide a space where people can come to when things are really hard. Things are really hard. Things are really hard aside from personal issues. Yeah, it can be a lot. So I hope that I can provide a space where we can come together and just be and just exist. And also recognize the importance of talking about everything. Don't be afraid to bring up those difficult topics when you're talking to people. And don't feel bad for seeming too passionate about politics, because Girl, don't be passive about politics, be passionate. And thank you for watching, of course. I hope you guys are all doing well, and well wishes, obviously. Only good vibes, only good love. I hope to see you again, and thank you for listening as always. I hope you're having a good day or a good night, and I'll see you in my next video.